strategy games, believe it or not, has been among the oldest game types in human history. Technically, we've been playing them before any sorts of technology even existed. And now, it's all at the palm of our hands and on our phones. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today on Mobile Games Zone, we're going to be looking at some of the greatest strategy games of 2022 to pick up and play for free on your Android and iOS devices right now. At number 1, well, this has been actually one of the most anticipated games of 2022, be it the mobile devices or consoles. Now, as you can see, Warhammer 40k Tacticus is now available for download on the App Store, Google Play, and the Galaxy Store worldwide. And in less than a day, it was downloaded over 100,000 times already. See, Tacticus, in case you are new to, is a hex-based strategy where you get to take part in some sort of a lore-heavy campaign, PvE and PvP gameplay, and with over 8 playable fictions already, with post-launch content specifically in its PvP department on the way. Do make sure to check this out in case you missed it. Coming up behind that, we have Marsaction Infinite Ambition, a somewhat interesting strategy with the main focus on single-player adventures and a high attention to details in terms of core visual quality. Now, the games you can see set in a distant future, story-wise, where people are trying to survive on a new planet, probably Mars, build a base and also periodically fight off aliens. It's also then got some interesting Starship Troopers similarity here, in case you're into that, and it's got some very innovative game mechanics as well. Take a look. At number 3, we have here Misty Continent, which is an adventure, pirate-themed, strategy-based game from July this year, and actually from the same developer, to be perfectly honest, specialized mobile strategy game, so this is not really something you'd want to just get passed by at its least. Now, Misty Continent, Cursed Island here, basically allows you to take command as a captain of a ship, then do mostly exploring in search of treasures on land and sea. Game's honestly just one of the best right now, be it the graphics, the characters, or just the overall replay value. I've been playing this one ever since release, and honestly I couldn't just skip one day. There's a massive amount of content and fun to be had here, and with only in-app purchases, in case you're wondering. Let's do this! At number 4 by Hype Masters, we have here from earlier March another real-time strategy, only World War II themed game here called War Armies. Now, this is a free-to-play PvP focused kind and the typical top-down perspective, base building, resource collecting game, but not an easy to play one. It's kind of a tricky to get the hang of when it comes to combat. However, it does work very well once you get the hang of it, and so far, frankly, it's been showing nothing but potential. Game's downloaded over 500,000 times ever since, and it's got a really good review score to go with. At number 5, to be quite frank, my favorite game so far, probably the rest of the list, even though there is a few ones better in overall value, we have here Three Kingdoms Origin, which is a multiplayer online real-time strategy game based on the Three Kingdoms history, and technically an open world game in terms of scale. It's got anything you'd expect to be specific when it comes to strategy elements, be it the real-time, the combat, base building, survival, material collecting, you name it. Game's got an amazing 4.7 review score out of 5 and has been around since July this year. Check it out in case you missed it. Coming up behind that, we have probably one of the graphically next level strategy games to have been released this past few months, Era of Conquest, with over 100,000 downloads already since July this year, and technically one of the most detailed open world free-to-play and pay-to-win games of its own kind that offers a heck of amount of potential and not really much to talk about. I believe all you really need to see is just the gameplay and the fact that it actually supports over 19 languages with some original voice actors. Take a look.
Roman fortress!
My lord.
My lords, thank you for coming to our rescue. Please save our captain.
At number 7 we have by NetEase, the one and only mobile game developers, Viking Simulator or Vikingard, that's been around since January this year, a story-based casual sim strategy role-playing game that takes players through the history of Vikings, where you get to play the role of a chief of a Nordic tribe. Personally speaking, the game's got some high-quality stuff going on. I mean, first of all, the graphics, the sheer amount of content that it provides for free, a pretty lengthy campaign, so to speak, and a ton of replay value for free all the way. Check it out. This game's downloaded over 1 million times and with a 4.5 review score out of 5. Moving on at number 8, we have here something called Refantasy, Charm and Conquer. Now, this is an idle business sim mobile game in a very good concept style for its similar mobile kingdom sort of simulation type games. I do believe that the art is just so on point in the game. The story is good. Gameplay wise, it's actually pretty easy to follow and get the hang of. The character designs is my favorite. Suffice it to say that it's just a game worth playing. It's got tons of activities to do, just keep you busy, and you won't really have to spend a single dime either. Check it out. Coming up behind that, we have a real-time, simple, fun and easy strategy game where you get to summon these cute little dice guys to eventually get to win your opponent's tower by rolling dices. Now, this is kind of emergent, upgrade-based strategy, kind of arena-based, that pretty much works like Clash Royale, but just on a whole other level if you ask me. Actually even more fun, where you get to do PvP and even with friends to go against other guilds too. Check it out, game's free, it's been downloaded over 1 million times, and it's literally bug-free. At number 10, we've got the old European War 7 Medieval. Now, this is a series of famous mobile games since years ago, and now, this time around, you get to lead an army to conquer the whole medieval Europe. The game itself goes through, I believe, 14 different chapters, over 120 campaigns, north of 150 countries and the forces. There's literally every single breed there was at the time to play as here. If you're a fan of European War, World Conquer kind of games, this actually blew it out of the park as far as new things go. Check it out. This game's sitting on the Play Store with a 4.8 review score out of 5 since February this year, and a tad shy of 1 million downloads. Coming up behind that at number 11, we have here Puppet Master. First off, just a tower defense game, well, hence the name, and a bit of a merge game, so to speak. A hefty game in terms of content. It's got the occasional ad though, well, over 30 different maps to go through, and it's got the old idle-based AFK and PvP elements to it as well. Game's been downloaded over 50,000 times since May this year, definitely underrated, and this is technically what it is all about. Take a quick look.
What we once thought was a legend has become reality.
And last but not least, guys, I'm pretty sure most of you are already familiar with this one. We have Northgard, which is a mobile port of the original 2018 PC game, and pretty much an identical version to the PC one, except this just has the touch screen controls. Northgard is a strategy, survival, and base building game where you do create a settlement on this newly discovered continent, and from there you get to manage your little empire and make it through winter or winters. Check it out. Game works perfectly on Android, it's smooth, fun, and ad-free as well. Only takes you down about $2.
To become the sole rulers of Northgard.